Namaskar, dear students. Prayers to Ma Sharda. I hope you are preparing well for your JEE and NEET exams. Okay. Today we are discussing mechanics of fluids, Bernoulli's theorem. Okay, a problem on Bernoulli's theorem. I will be solving one problem and will be giving you one as practice. You will have to write your answer in comment box. Okay, let us first of all recall the Bernoulli's theorem or say equation. Okay, it is P plus rho gh plus 1 by 2 rho v square equals to constant. That means sum of these, okay, is constant at all the cross sections in ideal flow of fluid. Okay, I am saying ideal flow because our assumptions are somewhat ideal. Okay, so what is P? P is pressure at that cross section. Rho is density of the fluid. Okay, G is the gravitational acceleration. H is the height of that cross section. Okay, now see, cross section have many points inside it. Which point we should consider? Normally we consider the middlemost. Okay, the middlemost streamline. Okay, so height of that middlemost streamline, we have to measure all the quantities on same streamline, and normally we take as middlemost. Okay, so h is the height of that point. Okay, that means at the height of that cross section measured at the middlemost streamline. Okay, and v is the velocity. Okay, see here 1 by 2 rho v square. Rho is the density. Okay, so if I simplify one term, 1 by 2 rho v square can be written as 1 by 2. Density means mass upon volume into v square. So this 1 by 2 mv square by capital V, that gives us kinetic energy upon volume. So actually what is this? Okay, this term is kinetic energy per unit volume. This term is potential energy per unit volume. Okay, this term is kinetic energy per unit volume, and this term is potential energy per unit volume. Okay, actually when we apply this Bernoulli's theorem, sometimes we need equation of continuity. When we have to compare two cross sections, we have to use equation of continuity. And that is A1V1 equals to A2V2. Means A into V is constant. Again, A is cross sectional area of that cross section, and V is velocity of fluid at that cross section, normally measured at the middlemost streamline. Okay, so this is called equation of continuity. Okay, actually these terms gives us L square into L by T, so that is L cube by T, that is V by T, volume by time, so that is volume flux. Okay, so according to equation of continuity, volume flux is constant. Okay, according to Bernoulli's equation, energy per unit volume is constant. Sum of energies per unit volume is constant. Okay, so that is all about Bernoulli's theorem and equation. Okay, it was proved on the basis of or using work energy theorem. Okay, and we know that it is key equation in solving problems of mechanics of fluids. Okay, so this is the problem. This was asked in PMT, earlier known as PMT, now it is known as NEET. Okay, the total energy per unit mass possessed by water at a point where the pressure is 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square, velocity is 10 meter per second, and height of water level from ground is 5 meter is joule per kg. G is given as 10 meter per second square, which we normally take 9.8 but I told you that normally they make the data easier as far as calculations are concerned, okay, because we are more focusing on concepts and your ideas, your thinking, okay. So this is the data. So first of all, according to this data, okay, they have given us pressure, okay. I will write here data. Actually you won't have that much time, okay, but I will write here data so that you can data. Pressure is given 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square, okay. Velocity is given 10 meter per second. Height is given 5 meter. G is given, that is given, G equals to 10 meter per second square, okay. Now we have data for only one cross section, so we have to find out that required quantity for only that cross section, okay. So we know that P plus rho g h plus 1 by 2 rho v square equals to constant, but we are asked per unit mass. This is per unit volume, so per unit mass, okay. So I will have to divide all the terms by mass. In that case it will be, or say I am dividing by rho, okay. In that case this will be P by rho, this will be gh, this will be v square by 2. Now see, we know that gh is actually mgh by m, eh? So it is potential energy per unit mass, okay. So I have divided all the terms by rho, okay. So now all terms are given. We know that what is density of water? It is 1 gram per centimeter cube, but when we consider it in MCAS, it is 10 raised to 3 kilogram per meter cube. So 10 raised to 5 upon 10 raised to 3 plus G is given as 10, H is given as 5, V is given as 10, so 10 square by 2. So it is 200 joule per kg, okay. Now this is, you have to solve, okay, the problem. In a wind tunnel, velocity of air on the upper and lower surfaces of aeroplane wings are 120 meter per second and 100 meter per second. Two velocities are given, okay. If the total area of wings means capital A is given, the lift on the wings, how we will you will calculate, okay. You will have to apply this equation like this: P1 plus rho g h1 plus 1 by 2 rho v1 square equals to P2, because upper part and lower part, okay. P2 plus rho g h2 plus 1 by 2 rho v2 square. We know that the width of the wing, or say the height of the wings of the aeroplane from the ground at upper point and lower point are almost same compared to the height at which it is flying, okay. So we can take h1 equals to h2, okay. So you will find out the pressure difference first of all, because you are given velocity as well as density of the air you are given, okay. You have given choices of the answer. So first of all, what you will do, you will find the pressure difference, and we know that pressure equals to force upon area. So force will be equal to pressure difference into area, okay. By that way you will calculate, okay. Bye. Take screenshot.